Good afternoon, everyone, most especially to my students in oral communication. Under the oral communication, the topic that I gave you is about basic elements of communication model. But how can you answer or how can you further elaborate the basic elements of communication model if you don't know what are the different communication model? So I would like to give you this time the different communication model. Number one, we have the linear model. Linear model in the sense that the message was given directly to the receiver by the sender. It goes in a straight path. The second one, class, is the interactive model. The interactive model, it takes into consideration the feedbacks from the receiver. And so, if the receiver gives the feedback, now the receiver becomes the sender of the message. So, it means to say that interaction takes place. Number three is the transaction model. The transaction model was developed by Dean Barland, and it shows communication as occurring continuously and simultaneously. So when we say, if we say transaction model, it means to say that there is a continuous transaction of the ideas or the thought that the sender would like to give to the receiver. Second, or the third now class is the source. The source is also the sender. It is giving the original message. It is influenced by knowledge, communication skills, attitudes, and the socio-cultural system. So, if we say it is affected by the attitude, what is the attitude of the sender? Okay, think about that one. If we say knowledge, does the sender have got a lot of knowledge that he or she can give to the receiver? And if we're talking about communication skills, it means to say that does the sender of the message have really got the knowledge or efficient in giving the message or even in conveying the message? I mean, conveying the receiver to whatever the message or informations which he or she would like to send. And then we have the message. The message is actually the idea. It is the thought or the information wherein the sender would like to give to the receiver. And now, if we have the message, how does it reach to the receiver? So, the way on how the sender send a message to the receiver, we call it a channel. Channel, it is a way in which the message sent to the receiver. The receiver, of course, you know it very well. You are the receiver of my message, and I am the one who is giving you message. So I call you now as the receiver, and Mama Yala is the sender of the original message. The receiver class can be disturbed by the way on how the message is being sent. And you know what? How do I say? The most huge influence was given by the mass media, the TV, the different website. Say for example, if you are busy playing ML, so what is the message that has been given by the by those characters. Now, it is how they transmit the message so that the receiver can easily get the informations which the sender would like to send. Okay, so those are now the different basic model. And I wanted you to extend your knowledge by reading the models of communications and their elements on the website, which is https://www.udemy.com blog elements of communication. In that case, after my presentation, I'll be giving you this model. So, after knowing those model, let us proceed to the basic elements that affects the communication model. Number one, we have the source. You know most already, the source is also known as the encoder. It is determined by the communication skills determined by the communication fidelity. And one of my questions is to find out what is meant by communication fidelity. And from that question, you will receive 10 marks or 10 points. So find it out, and that will be one way for me if you really study my lesson. Now, the second one is the receiver. The receiver is also known as the decoder. So, I would like to give you a technique on how you can remember. The source is the encoder and the receiver is the decoder. So, that one sounds really nice, okay? Encoder and decoder. So, from the receiver, from the side of the receiver or the decoder, we have the so-called stimulus-response reaction, just like in science. Part of the stimulus includes the sender, the encoder, the source, and the communicator. And that one serves as the guiding act of communication. And if we said response, then it means to say that those are the receiver known as the decoder. The destination create an effect, and also the receiver, of course, the audience, and the one who is busy communicating to the source or to the encoder. Okay? Now, we have the message itself. I explained that to you already. The message is the idea or the thought. I'm telling you this repeated and repeatedly so that you can understand what Mamayala is busy talking to you. Now, from their class, let's proceed to the frame of references. What do you mean by this frame of references? It is by which the sender and the receiver overlap various frames of communication. Okay? I would like you to further find out this frame of references. The next one is the dimension of the message. The dimensions of the message class includes the element, the structure, and the production. It means to say that what are the elements that has been included in making this message really nice to present? How does it is being structured or organized? Is it really applicable to the audience, or is it really suited to the type of people who are busy listening to this? And the production. The production involves how the message, how the sender of the message can make the audience really listen to them. And in this dimension of the message, the channel on how they can give this to the receiver have got two classes. It can be formal or non-formal. Formal and non-formal have got advantage and disadvantage. And those are also another questions for me that you need to find out. Try to find the answer for the questions that I gave you, and from the different questions there is a corresponding points, and that will gives you now your mark or your points for your one performance, assignment, activity, and the other basis of giving you grades. So, happy reading and happy studying. Be focused and don't forget to always look at on our YouTube channel, Ma'am Ayala. As you can see from the television, I always told you class to have a look on this, okay? So that from time to time, you're gonna find out the update, and even if this channel is being shown to everybody, then it will be useful. It's not only you can watch, it's not only for the, it is not only for the subjects that we are busy talking, but okay, just wait a minute. It's because I wanted you to find out how. Okay. Now, for those who have questions, you can chat or ask questions in our group chat in the messenger account. But please make that questions or send that questions during our class period. Online classes can only be done 3 times a month, but we can still schedule that one depending on the needs of you, my dear students. Okay? The YouTube channel is very slow. Have a good day and happy watching and happy listening. This is Mama Yala, your subject teacher and your senior high school coordinator. Hello.